Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome back to the Realm of Inspiration. In today's video, we are going to be doing the connection to the fire horse. This is the time to connect to what August's energy with the fire horse is. I know I've had a bit of a delay with channeled readings, and genuinely I had no idea what I was going to do when I sat down to record, but it's time to connect to the fire horse to see what energy the fire horse has in August, and what aspect of the horse group soul is relevant and important for us to understand at this time, specifically to guide us moving forward. So the best place to start with reconnecting myself to channeling, and also to reconnecting to the energy of the fire horse and messages of guidance to assist in this sense, is to connect to what the fire horse's relationship is with the flame of truth. The flame of truth is a higher frequency that is connected to the frequency of divine truth. It's like a higher light energy. And the flame of truth, when you channel it, when you envision it, it is this visualization anchor that purifies and moves any deceit, any misalignments, anything that is draining your energy, that is causing negative impact and influence in your life, that is in misalignment, that is from a place of the lower self, that does not have your highest interest, these things. And the flame of truth is a very powerful method, and I will put a blog I wrote about it on my website, Invoking the Flame of Truth, will be linked in the description. The flame of truth is a frequency that when you are doing rituals can help you in connecting to pure, honest, good things, connecting to the frequency of the divine, of source, of the universe, and it is connected to our natural original excellence and to the beings of truth. The fire horse is connected to stability, obviously, but it's the year of the fire horse. So the fire, my interpretation of it, the way that I see it, is that the fire is connected to the flame of truth. Now, I'm going to be very, very open and honest that I feel a bit nervous about channeling because I have not done it in a while. So I don't know if I'm going to do it right. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that I need to connect to the flame of truth. I need to connect to the fire horse. I need to see what messages of guidance there are. So I'm going to call on an Elfian Animal Healer of the fire horse. Something about it doesn't feel natural, of the horse group soul. I have been in such a weird state that I have not been able to relax and just be a channeler, be whatever, I had problems with my camera, so now I'm filming on my computer, different things. And, is this what I want to do? Is this, the box that I've put myself in, And I think that for me personally, channeling, the horse group soul now and connecting to the flame of truth energy will help me personally, but maybe help all of us. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it to even do this, because I feel are people going to listen? It's like talking to a wall. It is everything that I'm doing. Are people even going to listen? What does it mean for me as someone who completely wanted to dedicate themselves to this work if people have stopped listening? But the flame of truth can help call forth the people that will listen. So I'm safe and protected. Nothing and no one can access me nor my energy without my permission. I'm surrounded by divine light and love. God protects, God watches over, Gaia anchors, Gaia grounds. I call it the flame of truth, tree of knowledge, tree of life, flower of inspiration, every higher light energy to light the path before me. Archangel Michael protects me. Archangel Uriel gives me strength. Archangel Raphael heals me. Archangel Gabriel brings me clarity of mind. Archangel Metatron protects my lightworker abilities. Archangel Sanaphone brings me stability. Safe and protected, nothing and no one can access me or this space without my permission. Surrounded by divine light and love. So I'm going to invoke in and call forth the beings of divine light, the beings of divine love, the beings of inspiration, the frequency of inspiration, and its connection and relationship to the horses, which are animals, but deeply connected to stability. And the fire energy, the fire element, that's deeply rooted in the higher flame energy, which is the flame of truth, the frequency of truth, the frequency of the truth of the soul. And we're going to understand what's going on right now in this space and time, but also going to understand what we need to know moving forward. So be direct, honest, and true. The beings of inspiration will flow through to communicate to all of you the messages and guidance related to the flame of truth, the horse group soul, and this space and time, this Leo season, this August. I'm feeling in myself shifting of energy and also maybe a need for rest for sure, which is what I've been doing. But also I do feel the call and need to channel, because here's the thing. When I feel unsafe, I can't channel anymore. And lately, with lack of stability, with diabetes and things, I don't feel safe. And so this is very interesting, because we cannot channel through higher light energy. We cannot channel through anything if we don't feel safe. So now I feel safe, and it is safe to feel safe. I feel safe, and it is safe to feel safe. I feel safe, and it is safe to feel safe. So, calling forth now. Elfian Animal Healers, I call on you, beings of inspiration and divine light, connected to the Creator, connected to the higher being and higher dimensional purpose of this universe, connected to God and Source and Angelic Mother Gaia, connected to every higher realm and energy, connected to the frequencies that help aid spirituality, connection and understanding of the mind, emotions, body and soul and past. I call on Elfian Animal Healers, beings of inspiration that work with the animal group souls, the frequency of inspiration that touches the animal group souls, specifically the horses. Step through me, and I channel you forth to deliver messages of guidance to the collective all, until you've shared everything you must share on the topic at hand, and go back to your source. Higher beings of inspiration. And I've safely stepped back, Elfian Animal Healer of the group soul of the fire horse, of the horse, who understands the horse's relationship to the fire element and the flame of truth. I'm feeling it's a divine masculine energy. Okay. I've safely stepped back and step forth a divine masculine, Elfian Animal Healer of the horse group soul. Channeling has evolved, and you may not feel capable of doing things in the same way that you have before. It is a download of information so quickly that it moves through as a voice, a personality, and a label. A download of inspiration, a download of information, so powerful that it moves in a way that is like a channeled flow. I'm a divine masculine energy, connected to the horse group soul, and the frequency of inspiration. Channeling is changing, because we don't need caricatures in the same way as before. You should be able to listen to the messages downloading through without the big caricature in your face. Humanity, there is a collective exhaustion of having to entertain the ego just so the soul will listen. This must stop. That is true and true from the flame of truth and from the horse group soul. Stop entertaining the ego. Stop distracting it so that you don't feel your soul. Stop distracting it so you can allow yourself to feel your soul. It's important that you understand that spirituality and energy evolves, ascends, and grows. And the only thing afraid of that is the ego, because it cannot grow. And so you know someone is led by the ego when they are not capable of growth. And you know someone is led by the soul when they are. There's a lot of fear in humanity and a lot of hesitation. Why is this? This is because the world is more unpredictable now than it ever was before, because there is so much accessible. The world is the world. It's not just your little corner of the world. It's bigger. So it's scarier. Because there's more risk. There's more unpredictability. There's more things to mess with your stability. But here's what you must know. First of all, you cannot let the body go. You can't. You can't transcend the body in this incarnation in the way that you think that you can. If you disrespect the vessel, life will disrespect you. Because the vessel is life. In any way, not just the body, for the soul, but your vessel of creativity, of spiritual growth and development. The tools that you use are the tools that you use. And if you disrespect the tools that you use to achieve what you wish to achieve, then the concept that you wish to achieve will not respect you, and thus it feels like the universe is against you. So what is something that you use as a tool that you might not respect? You might not value? Maybe it is your car, your vessel of transportation, and your goal is your end destination or the journey or traveling. But do you respect and understand where you are going? Where you are meant to go? Where you're supposed to go? Do you understand where you are meant to be? Do you understand the concept of the journey, of your spiritual journey? Maybe every vessel of transportation is connected to the concept of the spiritual journey. Do you understand that? Do you remember that? Do you remember the path that you were on? Do you remember where you came from as a soul? You don't need all the million labels of the soul name and the soul star origins. Yes, it's fun. Yes, it's cool to know, right, humanity? It is. But these things, we share the deep details so you are able to connect to your soul. But once you are connected, the goal is to maintain the connection. You already know. You already know who you are. You already know your higher self. You already know what is in alignment with you. Only the ego is afraid of happiness. True spiritual happiness. Only the ego will prevent you from remembering the codes of your soul. You put it in the back seat. You put it in the trunk. You throw it away, the ego. It is a temporary tool to assist in life. It is not who you are. But guess what, humanity? It's clear to see from the non-physical world of existing that in the physical reality, there's a lot of hesitation around deeper understanding of the soul. And this is because it's not easy. But it must be done. If you don't understand your own truth, how can you understand somebody else? And when you understand who you are, it's very easy to understand someone else. Allow yourself to love and feel and be human, but you are a soul within a body. And the flame of truth's connection to the horse group soul is temporary. Its only relationship is that the element of fire and the element of the flame of truth is over this season of lunar cycles. Why? Because it is important to take action to understand your higher truth. Action to understand the truth of the highest self. Action to understand the truth of who you are as a being of life. That's why the fire element is over this year and this lunar phases. Coming with the horse. Coming with what comes next. And it came with what was before. The element of fire is action for the passion of the soul and understanding the truth of the highest self to live and embody it in your incarnation. You do not revert. You do not settle for what is not as expansive as you. But when you find something that is, do not let fear make you lose it. Trust the flow of where the universe is pushing you, because it'll bring you back to yourself no matter how long it takes. But you must be willing to find yourself again. You must be willing to find yourself at all, for you to be pushed in the current that leads you to understanding who you are. Even if you take a pause, even if there's stagnancy, even if it seems like the whole world doesn't want to focus on self-improvement, you will get back there again. You cannot forget what you are. You cannot forget what you know. You cannot forget what's in the essence of your soul. You cannot forget what you already know. It's just about remembering and reminding yourself and answering the call to connecting to who you truly are. This is all you must know. In this space and time, this is all you must know. And invoke the flame of truth before you. Let it guide you and inspire you to connect to connections that are truly harmonious. And you know when they're harmonious, and they bring you stability, and they anchor you back to your center. Thank you. I felt a shift, for sure, just like within myself during that. Like a realignment, for sure. The visuals I saw, not many, but I saw a whole group of us walking in this tunnel, this never-ending tunnel, and then suddenly a door appears. We go through that door, like rediscovering all that we are. That's the phase that we're in. That is what we must know. The Lion's Gates, everything, this is what we must know. And so now that we're in this rediscovery, it's time to understand the heavy things, but not from a way of trying to make sense of our reality. From a way that helps us become a part of our reality. We are understanding it to live it, not just to explain it. I saw this. Saw this visual, saw this phrase, and I understand what it means. Because sometimes we understand, just make sense of our reality, and okay, great, and you just like, you kind of just sit and you stay stuck a little bit because you don't feel safe, and you're like, what am I going to do next? Let me do this, let me figure out this, okay, I'm kind of understanding, okay, but I don't know, and that is just like trying to make sense of things. When you are understanding so you can live in your reality, it's like, okay, so this is the thing that I must do so that I can do this thing, so that I can live in my reality. It's not trying to make sense. If you're trying to make sense of a reality that you are in, then maybe that reality is in alignment with you, but when you're able to understand it so that you can live it, then that is what matches you. I'm trying to explain exactly this phrase and visual that I saw, and I hope that makes sense. It does to me, but maybe it doesn't to you. Take what resonates and leave. But I have to be open and authentic and in the shift of things, and I'm noticing it and I'm seeing it, that it's like, yeah, what I'm channeling, it is a bit different. It is a higher frequency. It is the beings of inspiration. But they don't want to introduce and explain who they are anymore. It's done, It's like, now it's just important for what you need to know now. And also maybe there are some times where we don't need to know something. This I also saw. This visual of sometimes we don't need to know something. And so there is no message. It's not like there always is a message. Sometimes we just don't need to know something because we're doing everything right. I wouldn't say that humanity, we're doing everything right necessarily, but there isn't a specific message because we're exactly where we are supposed to be. We are on the precipice of discovery of where humanity will go next. Always. there are things that need to change. There is truth and honesty, and there is justice that needs to be paid, but all in accordance with divine timing. There's no such thing as the right time. It is just time. That concludes this video, this channeling, this connection. And the next one will be connecting to understanding spiritual autoimmunity. Episode 3 will be next week's video. And I will see you all then. Sending you love, light, and inspiration. Stay inspired.